Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to World Championship Series Europe Premier League. Round of 16 is well underway. In fact, we're almost at the halfway mark. At the end of tonight, we will be exactly halfway through our 4 groups in the round of 16. Don't forget, next week, we'll see the conclusion. We don't have 4 nights in a row for you this season. A little bit of time in between just to keep those juices flowing for your, waiting for that wonderful StarCraft 2 to come back next Tuesday and Wednesday. Also, a quick reminder for tonight, WCS America. It's the group of death. And by death, I mean the group of champions, I think we need to call it. It's an absolutely amazing one. You don't want to miss it. Right now, though, we are deep into Group B. Funker's back with me. Terrific performance by TLO. And I tried to press him a little bit in the interview as to how does he go from playing as badly, and I can say that now because he said he played crap, as badly as he played in the first game, block that out, come back, play really well against Vortix. And he just says, I just forget about StarCraft. I just forget about everything and I just treat it as a single game. And he did brilliantly. Mentally, that was such an achievement.
That's exactly what he had to do. I mean, he needed to forget about the first series as quickly as possible. He did it, and he took a pretty convincing series against Vortix. Like, you could say probably that's the kind of games where Vortix lack of training might show a little bit, because he felt I don't know, like less good than TLO in every single aspect of the game, whereas there's micro or macro or builds, like TLO looked really better than him in every single aspect.
Looked like the old TLO that we know.
Yeah, exactly.
That we've seen in previous seasons. So if you weren't with us, let's take a look at the bracket and update you as to what the results have been so far this evening. Look away now if you don't want any spoilers, by the way, because you can always check these out on the VOD. If you're checking it out on the VOD, then I don't know, I'm in some sort of time warp now. I'm not quite sure how that works. Anyway, YoDa versus San is our upper bracket game. That's coming next. And we've just seen TLO taking out Vortix for the first time since 2013, Season 1, more than 18 months ago, since Vortix lost in the round of 16. It's an incredible run, but all good runs must come to an end, and that's what's happened right now. Let's just recap on Vortix a little bit, because at one point this year, he was easily the best foreigner in the world.
Beginning of the year, you could argue,
and arguably has been one of the best foreigners in the world all year.
Yeah.
But he's kind of nowhere right now. I mean, no BlizzCon, not even close to BlizzCon, hasn't attended many events through the summer either.
That's
just
the most important thing
one as well. Yeah. And I worry a little bit that maybe we're not going to get to see the best of him.
Yeah, maybe he's going towards the end of his career, or maybe he's planning on a switch on a different games. We mentioned that he was playing Heroes of the Storm quite a lot. So I don't know really where he is, like, mentally. What does he want to do? Does he want to be a pro gamer still? Or does he go back fully into studies? That's time will tell, I guess. But that's kind of the end of an era, because you said it. Like, that's the first time he drops from WCS at the state of round of 16. So that tells something about his performance and his form at the moment.
Okay, let's move on. YoDa versus San is our upper bracket winners game.
Yep.
These two, we said it at the start of the show, right at the top of the show, both versus Zerg experts. They've proved that beyond doubt with the 2 wins that they've both had. Now it's a different game altogether. San's PVT, still very good, but it's actually statistically his worst matchup. Interesting. YoDa's TvP, also his worst matchup. So, I don't know. Difficult one to call between the two of them. And if we look at history, well, YoDa's beaten San twice out of 2 matches that he played. They haven't played since Wings of Liberty, though. So again, we don't really have any information to go on. So I'm kind of scratching around in the dark here, hoping, beyond hope, Funker, that you can come up with something that makes absolute sense for me.
That's just my personal feeling. I think YoDa is in a great form. I've casted quite a lot of his games during Red Bull qualifiers, the online one that ended up with Cure winning the last spot for Washington DC, and he played quite a few TvPs if I remember correctly, and he was pretty good at the matchup. So I would give a slight edge to YoDa, but as you said, really difficult to call. Will depend on the strategy they want to use. I know YoDa is quite fond of mines and mine drops. We saw yesterday Hearthstone knows how to beat mine drops in the early game, so we'll see if San is able to do the same if YoDa decides to go for that. But yeah, the two best players out of the group, they're gonna meet in the winners match, and that makes a lot of sense to me. They're the two best ones today.
I can almost feel Kalaris' eyes burning through the screen on us right now as we dismiss San from winning this game, because Kalaris is definitely a fan of San. He's the San fan right now at home, if only because he loves the way he plays the game. He thinks that he's so strong this year. It's been fantastic. I might be wrong, but I think Kalaris has him in his fantasy team as well, so that might be something that he's a little bit biased about. But he makes a great point in the way that San has been massively consistent in the way that he has dismantled every race, other than maybe Protoss in the later stages of a tournament, and has got through to round of 4s, finals, round of 8s, consistently through 2014. We talked about it a little bit earlier on. I want to remind everyone at home of his achievements this year. Aces ROG winner in the winter. IEM World Championship round of 8. IEM Singapore back end of last year, 2nd. Aces ROG last year, summer 2nd. GSL Global round of 4. Kesper Cup recently, round of 8. DreamHack Summer, round of 4. IEM Shenzhen, round of 8. Red Bull Detroit, round of 8. And every single one of these tournaments have had deep pools of talent. It's not like they were weak, or maybe he got a bit lucky, or the draw was not. He has played some of the best players in the world and has still managed to consistently achieve these results. So I argue, in a way, that based on that alone, he has the upper hand here, doesn't he?
Well, I don't see him dropping out of the group. Don't understand me wrong. I think he's going to qualify, but I see YoDa in a better form these days, and with pretty decent TvP from what I've seen. So I would argue that is the favorite here. But we can be.
I'm just playing the role of Kalaris.
We can disagree on this one. You Kalaris.
I'm Kalaris right now. That's
James.
Basically.
How are you doing?
Good.
Feeling better?
No, absolutely. It's feeling terrific. We have seen a couple of unusual.
Nimbus is out.
Yeah, Nimbus is gone.
You don't want to play.
Sejong is gone as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which I'm a bit more surprised over the Nimbus and Deb, when Catalina's an obvious one. So we're left with Overgrowth, Merry-Go-Round, and Foxtrot. No,
I quite like the map pool for San, actually.
Yeah, San a little bit more maybe favoured.
I like the map pool for San PVT. Then the only map that I find pretty hard to play as a Protoss player is Merry-Go-Round, that we're going to see on second map. But Foxtrot Labs is, for me, one of the best map for PVT as a Protoss.
Okay.
So I quite like the pool, but maybe we won't see this third map, because Foxtrot is third map today.
Foxtrot, currently, Protoss have a very poor record against Terrans.
Really?
20% win rate.
Come on.
20% win rate.
Okay.
That's just in the round of 32, admittedly,
okay.
So it's not a full, doesn't have hundreds of games in there, but still, it gives us an indication that maybe it's not quite as good for Protoss as they think it is, because they've definitely lost a lot against Terrans in that. But who knows with San? I mean, I think it doesn't really matter the maps to him.
Yeah, what matters is that you enjoy that best of 3, because it has to be the best one of tonight, in my opinion. It's gonna be amazing.
I'm gonna give you one last chance to change your mind. YoDa or San?
And I won't. I'll stick to my guts and I say YoDa.
All right, okay.
2-1.
YoDa has the vote from Funker. Is that a curse or a blessing? Let's find out with your commentators, Apollo and Hasselhoff.
Thank you once again, gentlemen. I'm going to have to side with Funky here. I'm feeling this one for YoDa. He's in my ESL fantasy team. I got Bunny first place yesterday, and I've picked YoDa for this one as well. So my money's on YoDa.
Trusting the Terrans.
Yes.
But yeah, I think...
In the age of Terran, has the Wobbs.
Yeah. But I would also put my money on YoDa, to be honest. About the maps, we will see Overgrowth first. A very straight-up map, very standard one. Interestingly, YoDa was vetoing King Sejong's Days, I believe, which means he might be afraid of some very weird all-ins. That's definitely possible on King Sejong from Sun.
So yeah, head-to-head 2-0 versus YoDa. He's lost 2 games in the past, but as Red Eye mentioned, Wings of Liberty Days, so nothing to bring into this series at all. But a decent set of stats here for San. 73% versus Terran. That is healthy. He's got very healthy stats overall. 65 wins and 19 losses.
Yeah.
That is one record to be proud of.
Looks very good. Very, very strong.
But we'll see if he can compete here. I think he's probably feeling overly confident to advance from today's group first or second, knowing that Tilo's waiting and knowing how good he is versus Zerg. But here is YoDa, recently joining Team TCM with his teammate First. Talking about his teammate First, I think this has a lot of influence on this series today because YoDa, living with MC and First, has not been doing well versus Protoss at the start of the year, and they've helped change him. They've really helped change him, and this will play in this series.
Yes, they helped him, but I still see... I don't know if it's a mental block sometimes against Protoss, but if you maybe remember the third map between YoDa and First on Marigo in one of the IEM qualifiers.
Yes, the crazy one. If I
that was like super weird by YoDa playing. Like he kept scanning as if he would be like panicking or like super afraid of everything. And maybe that comes when you live with MC and you practice with MC and he's killing you with stuff you've never seen before. But I would agree. Overall, I think his matchup against Protoss definitely became better.
Do you think that San is going to play this matchup similar to First and MC? Can YoDa look at this as like, okay, this is like a game versus MC, this is like a game versus First? Or is San going to mix it up and play his own Protoss versus Terran?
San has a style where he cuts the forges for a long time. He gets like Colossus, Archon, Blinkstalker, Charge Lot, like a super big army, but almost no upgrades for a very long time. And he plays it as an all-in, basically. He goes on 3 bases and he tries to kill the Terran with that. But that's just like on one of the maps, I believe. The other games, I think we will see him playing pretty straight up. Maybe some very good Warp Prism usage with High Templars or Charge Lots, things like that. So really looking forward to see him play.
Well, I'm really glad to see that MC's backing YoDa on Twitter with a very positive tweet saying that he hopes his friend wins. As we'll find out if he will. Or if not, down up here to the top right. Oh my god, is this? Up here to the top right is the red Protoss. It's, of course, Yoey Flash Wolves San. And I am very interested to see these strategies develop. We do need to introduce both of these players, though. San, unexpectedly. And look at that, an SCV missing, I can tell already. Down here to the mono left, playing for TCM, it's YoDa. And with an SCV on the other side of the map, YoDa is a dangerous, dangerous nerd.
I remember Overgrowth, it was MC against the Terran, and MC also got proxy rexed in his main base, so maybe he told YoDa that's a good build to do from time to time. And after reading that tweet, I would be scared of living with MC. Like, not only he trolls you in-game, but he's very harsh in real life as well. So what is this? It's he's going to make a bunker behind this, right?
Yeah.
Or like in front of it.
Yeah, in front of it and pushing, I suppose. This is gasless so far, and if he does take a gas now, it's actually becoming quite late, so he would have cut SCVs to do that. So it's going to be a bunker rush. And how much, when, how, why? The 3 Ws, I mean, how is he going to do this?
If Sun scouts it, he just kills it with probes. Oh, and he's actually checking the standard position on the right side of the main base.
But not the left-hand side here.
Oh, God.
In the dark, there is a Terran building a bunker.
First Marine is on the way. If the bunker gets completed, this is actually super nasty for the Protoss, because then you can't kill it with probes anymore.
Yeah, and there's 4 or 5 SCVs on the way as well, coming across the other side of that. This is the real deal. As YoDa is looking to take map number 1 very easily right now. I mean, if San knew this was happening, what is he doing?
He's scouting it now. Yeah, you have to pull probes, but now it's too late. The bunker is yeah, the bunker is finished.
Probes are coming, and the Marine's inside. And the the probes are going for the Marine. Yeah. He's going to dance past very easily there. So 2 Marines inside the bunker, another bunker being made. Is there any way that he can stop this?
No, no, no.
It's
Even
over?
if he kills the SCV, there's
4 more.
There are 4 more coming. He already lost like 6 probes, I believe. Good control there by YoDa, chasing the Zealot. And now look at this.
The bunker crawl. This is beautiful from YoDa. A classic cheese to start this series up. 3 Marines in, and probes are dying left, right, and center. And that Zealot even having trouble to get to that SCV at the top there. There's a couple more SCVs on the way as well, I think, on the other side of the map. I'm not too sure, but actually chasing a probe, whatever.
Mothership Core just popped, but the second bunker, is it in range of the Nexus? No, it doesn't seem like it, but The mothership core is not really providing that much DPS, right?
Back to the bunker. No, second bunker third bunker, should I say, trying to complete. If that completes, this game is as good as over. There's at least maybe a glimmer of hope.
Oh, YoDa, okay. Oh, he lost 2 Marines there.
Yeah.
That was a little bit of a hiccup, but it's still looking very, very good for him.
The mothership core is dead?
Yeah, it's dead.
It's okay, so this is... I think this is over here for San. He's not going to be able to stop these bunkers. There's going to be more and more Marines pouring through. And there's even more SCVs coming as well to help repair. GG, YoDa 1-0. StarCraft 2 is as easy as that, Hazzuobs.
It's happening, yeah.
You just bunker rush and you could beat a player who has 60 wins and 10 losses in WCS. It's that easy.
Look at him, he has to smile, yeah.
I could do that.
And Sun is like, Jesus Christ, did it really happen?
He's like, Jesus Christ, I hate you so much.
WCS round of 16, that's what you're doing to me?
And a pass on the shoulder from
Real?
Coach Real.
Yeah.
Coach Real with the tips and tactics to help him with game number 1.
Maybe Real told him to do that.
That is a very typical Real thing to do.
It is.
If Real played Terran, that's what he would do. And you can see the influence of the coaching.
Oh, okay, so second map is going to be merry-go-round. I actually think it's a decent map for Terran.
Getting a thumbs up from Real, Hazzuobs. He's proud. He's happy.
Yeah.
2-0? Real says 2-0. A very confident coach.
Yeah.
All right. If you didn't know, Coach Real was a former Protoss player playing in EPS, if I'm not mistaken, in Germany.
He lived in Germany for 1 year.
Germany. Hence the joke's a very aggressive Protoss player in his days.
Definitely. Yeah. He was living here with Phoenix.
Yes. What was the team they used to play for?
Type 2?
Type R? Type 2?
Type 2.
Yeah.
I think.
Type something. All right, up here to the top right is the red Protoss player, currently trailing in this series, playing for Yowie Flash Wolves. It's San. And the face of horror. And his opponent down here, opening up this series in a very bold way, playing for TCM. It's YoDa. And glad to see, I'm actually very happy to see that opening from YoDa, because it really shows me now the player that he's really become. Not the fact that he can just cheese like that, but he has the confidence to be able to do plays like this, which in previous seasons in WCS, I really like to say, has lacked.
Yeah, definitely, and that's what I meant when I said he was playing so scared against Protoss, and I think I've never seen him doing a proxy Rex against Protoss. This time he's going for a Reaper opening.
Yeah.
On Merry-Go, and Sun will he scout this game? I mean, it's a 3-player map, so it's very unlikely that you have a barracks in your main base, but at least you want to find out where the Terran is, and you want to find out if they take the gas. Unless you can play completely blind, but that brings some risk with it, of course.
How do you like this map here from San's perspective in Protoss versus Terran? Is it a good map? Is it a comfortable map? Can it be played out kind of difficult?
I personally think it's pretty difficult. It reminds me a little bit of Katarina, with the Medivacs flying around the main base. It's not that bad, because on Katarina it's like extremely wide open. Here you have at least these blocking paths. Yeah, Funka's just showing it, and I personally don't like it too much, but I think Sun is a very different Protoss player compared to myself, so he also picked the map instead of, like, he had the second map pick, and he was choosing Merry-Go instead of Foxtrot. So I think he has a very certain idea how he wants to play on Merry-Go.
All right, well, the SCV is spotted where the Protoss is. He's going to try and block that Nexus for a couple of seconds here. Yeah,
the Zealot is on the way. Will he cancel it is the question. The second probe is helping. He really wants to cancel the Zealot right now. And he is, he did cancel it. Yeah, no eBay block. Very well done there by Sun, with 2 probes chasing the SCV away while getting the Nexus up, canceling the Zealot, and of course getting the Mothership Core behind. And on the other side, we see an extremely standard opening as well.
Yeah, training board style opening here from YoDa, just back to the basics.
Yep.
Pull out a gas, get the extra barracks in, and then take the game from here on out. But of course, the next important part of this phase of the game for YoDa is going to be to try and find out what tech choice San will choose with the Reaper opening that he's selected here. Is it Twilight, Robotics, potentially Stargate here?
The Reaper is extremely scared, or looking for a
probe?
probe. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's looking for a probe. He didn't even try to scout anything. He didn't even touch the watchtower, for example. So this is very interesting by YoDa.
What do you think of the second Stalker before tech choice? Is that common? I thought it was more standard that you'd get the tech choice before the second Stalker.
No, it's okay, I think.
Okay.
It's 5 minute. Council started at like 5-5.
Okay.
I think that's okay. And especially on Merry-Go, with 2 Stalkers, you make sure that the Reaper cannot jump in.
Right.
So I think that makes sense, yeah.
All right, so 2 barracks and then the engineer bay. It's quite a swift follow-up here from YoDa. Is he going to try and get +1 attack here?
Yeah, he does.
+1 attack before any upgrades from that tech lab.
And we will see Blink, right? Does it line? It could be DTs as well, but the 3rd Stalker's on the way, so I doubt that. Robo as well. Oh, could be Duck. No, I just wait. That's a very weird. The council is finished, and now he doesn't have any gas.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Well,
This is a little bit messy by Sun. I don't think that was planned. The Robo. He's very actually. Look at the ramp of Sun. He's actually walling off. He's afraid of Hellions running by.
and Scan comes in and sees the Twilight Council not researching anything. So the first thing you're thinking here is YoDa is like, okay, this is DTs?
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
And it could be still DTs. I mean, if you get a Warp Prism and a Dark Shrine, but whatever it is delayed.
It's an expensive mind game.
Yeah, we could call it like that.
I mean, there's no other way to really look at it. It's just a useless Twilight Council here. It's very, very weird.
And he has the eBay. It's not like the Terran has to panic. He will build a missile turret behind the bunker at the natural, and maybe one in the main base if he wants to be super safe. That's 200 minerals. 150. No, wait, it's 200, right? Yeah, I think.
For a turret?
Yeah.
It's 100, no?
Yeah, but if he builds 2.
Oh, 2. Yeah, 200, sorry.
It's confusing the numbers with Brood War. I think there were 75 back then.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
That is spot on. So yeah, the Twilight Council's now been used for Zealot Charge. And we are going to see an armor upgrade come out naturally from that Forge. And the Reaper's on the move. He wasn't spotted there, but I don't think he's going to get any information. 3 Stalkers, Sentry on the ramp as well. And San gets a bit of damage, doesn't manage to kill it. Warp Prism, the next unit to be built here.
Is he going to add like 5 more gateways? And then like +1 Zealots with Charge and a Warp Prism to do a lot of damage? That could be what he tries to do, but he gets the Templar Archives instead. I have to say, I'm not 100% sure. It seems like a not 100% clean build to me. Because the Twilight Council was there and didn't upgrade for a long time. But it might still work out. I mean, because YoDa is not aggressive for a while. The Medivacs are a little bit... yeah, it still takes like 1 more minute before they arrive. So Charge will be finished.
All right, well, YoDa still without any more information on this game. That first scan was the only part of the game he's really seen, aside from those 3 Stalkers on the front there. So probably a little bit still confused to what's actually happening here. He just scanned inside his main base to remove the Observer, but
Good job.
nothing else here. He's got a Reaper having a look around this 3rd base location in case there's a 3rd down. But still, I guess he's just building up to the regular bio army that you're going to have here come the 10-minute mark with his very fast +1 attack.
He's warping in an Archon. It's going to be an
my
Archon
gosh.
drop? What are you doing, son? This is WCS Ro16. This is not like where you can try things, but I would love to see it working. There's no missile turret in the main base, so the Warp Prism can fly in pretty easily. He does have Marines in position, but the Medivacs are moving out, so he might pick his Marines and walk across the map.
So 3rd command center down, 4th and 5th barracks being added on by here YoDa. He's also building Vikings, comes to play into what we said before, where he doesn't really know what's going on, but he's about to move out with a handful of units, but he's also left 8 Marines here with Stim and combat shields.
He knows there's a Warp Prism on the map, and he thinks it's probably DTs.
And here he sees it. And is he going to react in time?
Stim!
He's a little bit slow on there. He sees an Archon. He's like, what the hell?
He sees the Archon, yeah.
Starts to spread his units here. Archon's going to go down pretty fast here. Actually gets saved in the last minute there. A couple of units do get warped in from that Warp Prism to help deal with these units. The Vikings on the chase here.
And YoDa's panicking a bit. The Medivacs are flying home instead of going for the attack he planned. He didn't get the Warp Prism either, so this really hurts. That was very well executed by Sun.
And meanwhile, San, after using the Templar Archives for just the Archon, is switched into the Robotics Bay and is now finished up with that and building Colossus now. So I'm actually generally very confused by this opening and play here by San, but I'm sure in his mind it makes perfect sense. He's like, come on, Azos, you don't know about the one Zealot and Archon drop with a couple of Zealots being walked in. With charge, then go to Colossus.
Yeah.
A scan comes in here from YoDa. He sees, okay, wait a minute, this guy's only got 5 Zealots and a single cannon. That's a little bit weird. And he is going to move over to the other side of the map.
And he does have 5 medivacs already, with 1 more on the way. It's quite a lot of healing power, but of course he lost quite a few Marines before against the Archon and the Zealots. And we will have 1 Colossus, 1 Archon, and a handful of Zealots. Do we have a Sentry for Guardian Shield? No. Actually, yes, 2 of them, sorry.
Yeah, in the main. Good harassment from a single Zealot, by the way, on that third. That is cute. But this attack is going to push its way up that ramp here. There is a single Colossus. And YoDa, probably as confused as we are, he pokes up, he's like, wait a minute, there's a Colossus and an Archon. You sure you don't have a third base somewhere?
Yeah, and
he's going to fall back.
So he has 1 Forge, which is upgrading, but of course the eBay is also getting the +2 attack, and he's getting a 2nd starport. He saw 1 Colossus, and his instant reaction is a 2nd starport. It's just saturating his 3rd, having 2 Widow Mines in the mix as well, so he wasn't really sure what is going on.
Yeah, I mean, don't blame him.
No, I mean, yeah.
Viking here looking to protect the inside of the main base, but there's 3 Zealots running around to this 3rd, which have been spotted. Stim Marines are stimmed. Epic. And Vikings, 2 of them, going to chase this Warp Prism down. 2 Zealots still on load, and it looks like the Warp Prism will go down here. 1 final shot will kill it. Boom.
Yep.
And the Zealot's going to be cleaned up very easily.
But good focus fire there from Sun. 1 Zealot getting 4 kills. Definitely worth it. What did he just scan?
The army again. He's having a quick look at it. Zealots heavy, single Archon and Colossus focus. And without Storm here and the Viking count rising, which it can very easily now with double reactors, he's going to build a very strong army. He's got Widow Mines, which is great versus the Zealots that are thrown into the mix here. And I'm just looking at a 2-0 right now. I'm a little bit worried here for San. Do you think he has an army that can deal with what YoDa has?
Currently not, but he's morphing in more Archons. The High Templars will be morphed into Archons, and Archons might be very, very strong against this composition, if he, especially if he gets a good splash into the clump of the Vikings, for example. He does have 2-1 upgrades, and +2 attackers on the way as well. While YoDa, he's on 2-0, right? Oh no, 2-1 as well.
2-1.
Okay.
So we are going to see this attack come into place now, and this has been a very switchy game here from Sam, but let's see if he's actually landed on his feet here come the 15-minute mark, because there's an attack coming his way. There's a lot of Vikings here, 9. There's a couple of Widow Mines that get taken down very easily at the front there. Great micro there from Sam to blink half of them to make sure that both of them do get picked up here. And YoDa not feeling confident to move into this.
And look at the supplies. It's extremely even. Usually the Terran should be a little bit further ahead, but Sun was extremely on point of his macro.
Yeah, he's built a lot of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of units.
He's got very low probes, like 59 to 66. No gases on the 3rd, but just a lot of stuff.
The no gases on the 3rd is definitely something we often saw Protoss doing, or at least delaying them for more Zealots in the mid-game. But yeah, as you said, he's actually ahead in supply. He's at 200 while the Terran is 190.
He's got a massive army supply here.
Yeah.
He's pretty much maxed out now.
33 Zealots.
And obviously YoDa's... he keeps weighing up this army. He keeps scanning and saying, can I go in? Can I not?
Yeah.
He's going to poke forward a little bit here. Stalker gets targeted but blinks away.
He's adding Ghost behind that. YoDa, that is. Huge units stimming forward, but Sun is on the move. He's actually... gathered all his army and is moving for it.
Well, a lot of Zealots on the right-hand side just getting immediately destroyed there. And YoDa's on the run. He's on the kite, as we call it in StarCraft here, doing a bit of damage while running backwards. He's fully running backwards now to his natural base here. There's 3 Ghosts.
He needs to land a few EMPs. I think that's what he was waiting for.
Yeah, he has a scan and sees that army. Is he confident in what he can do? He spreads out. He moves forwards.
Can he get the EMP?
Back now. He's going to get a couple of juicy EMPs right now if these Zealots march up that ramp, but he does on top of the Archons here and the Zealots as well. And YoDa is dealing out a lot of damage. There are 6 or so Vikings bringing down the Colossus immediately. And a landslide of a victory here for YoDa on his high ground. And San just absolutely plummets in supply.
What was he thinking? Charging up the ramp against the Terran that pressed the Stimpak, that got the EMPs. Well, I don't understand. That was crazy by Sun.
And a beautiful attack there. GG. And for the first time ever, YoDa advances to the round of 8 here in the World Championship Series Europe Premier League. A convincing 2-0 over San, and Apollo's predictions are right, as well as Habs and Funkers.
Wow.
And maybe Red Eyes, I'm not sure. But San drops down to the decider match here and will face off against TLO.
What was happening? I don't understand why he got so aggressive. Of course, he was maxed out, and he wasn't ahead in upgrades, and the positioning was not good at all. It was actually awful, I think. Like tunneling up the ramp against a Terran who have a concave, Stimpack, EMP. There was even a bunker, I believe. So damage soaking up the building, soaking up the damage. I don't know. That cannot really agree with that, but.
Well, whatever the case there, YoDa is 4-0 into today's group. Perfect play from him, 2-0 easily versus TLO, and 2-0 in a similar fashion here. A little bit different, but still easy. As he moves through, in first place is our first Korean, is our third Terran through to the round of 8. 3 out of 3 for Terran here in the round of 16 so far. Looking good, Hezwobs?
Not bad. Not bad, but I have to say YoDa was playing very well today. He mixed up his builds, he was cheesing a little bit, he was playing macro.
Yeah.
Safe overall as well. He definitely deserved to be first place. While Sun, he didn't look that good against Terran, but he has another chance against the Zerg, and we all know his TvP is insanely good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, the next series for sure. One final game to decide who moves through in second and who doesn't. When we return from our next break, we will see which that second player will be.